She's going around. If you can help up, we're going to do our demo. Many of you know Tony White. If you haven't bought a lathe or some equipment from him, now's your chance. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, Tony's going to give a demonstration on how he does.
And I got this idea from Richard Bell. Richard will go 2 or 3 months and not turn anything, and all of a sudden he's got this idea about covered bowls, and he made some beauties. I mean, he makes these look really sad. But this little covered bowl here is actually 2 bowls. This is the base of the bowl, and this was a bowl, and I turn them down so they fit. This was a little small bowl. We all wind up with hundreds of these, it seems like, and we don't know what to do with them. And this is just a piece of.
You're gonna switch cameras. You gotta let me know.
This is just a piece of black walnut that makes the top of the bowl, and
You can put it on
leave it as thick as you can.
there. And you can see it.
Oh. Yeah, we'll get to it here. Anyway, you leave it as thick as you can so you can have enough meat there to put your finial in. I'm not demonstrating finials tonight. That's why this one looks so bad. But anyway, this is going to be a 2-part bowl. This is the bottom, and it's a bowl, and then the top will be a maple bowl, providing I don't throw it out into the audience and hit somebody in the head. One thing I would like to say too is we are going to miss Jim Terrell, and known Jim for quite a while, and there's not a nicer man in this room, period. And that includes everyone, and I'm going to miss him very much. And I'm a better turner and a better person from having known Jim. All right, so this is going to be just like. Always weird to turn around another way besides your own. Anyway, we're just going to make them. And there's lots of different ways that you can do it with a parting tool. And I use a lot of scrapers, so you'll see scrapers being used quite a bit. Thing with a scraper, especially on a thin wall thing like this, if it starts making noise, it's telling you you're going to stand. As long as it doesn't make noise, it's not too bad. I guess that's just from my perspective on it. Imagine that. And there might be a couple, a little bit of sanding, but not much. I know this is exciting to watch me turn this down. Huh? Technique with mop with it? You like to taste the black walnut. There's a learning curve for using a scraper like that. A lot of people here wouldn't know him, but I got a lesson from Bill Llewellyn. I was turning a little small bowl, and he was trying to show me how to do it. We ran out of time at his house. He used to have people out at his place on a Saturday. So I took it home, and I got this big scraper out, and I'd just been turning this a little while. And of course, I got out there on the edge of the bowl with the scraper, and it blew up in about 30 pieces. And it made me mad, first, that I did it, and second, that Bill didn't take the time to help me not do it. And so I put all the pieces in a box and sent it to him. And I didn't put a return address on it. He knew who sent it. And so when the next meeting came, Bill brought all those pieces that he had glued together and kind of made a flower out of them and embarrassed the hell out of me because he got in front of me. This is what happens when you don't listen to your instructor, you know. I said, thanks, Bill. Bill was a great guy, but he was a tough nut. Anyway, this is going to be a parting tool. This is determining the top of the bowl. And you can do it with a bowl gouge or a spindle gouge. There's less room for error, and there's more room for error this way. Not a bad idea to always kind of make sure this isn't sharp as a razor so it doesn't cut you. You get real sore. Everybody here knows that. On this kid scraper, you kind of keep it turned up and it's not just an abrupt angle. So you could start sanding that right now, and I'll do just a little bit. And if you don't have one of these, get one. The set's about $100. It's from Vermac. Same people, the brother that makes the chucks. Trying to make a little dovetail there so the jaws grab it right. I missed that off button twice already. Not in the same place as mine. So I'm probably not going to do a lot of detail because we got just limited amount of time. Mike Mahoney makes this look so easy. He's so relaxed. I may not even breathe normally again.
You're doing great, Tony. You're doing great.
Thank you, Shan. Do a lot of negative brake scraping too. So now you can just decide whichever way you prefer to follow the fold out. It's a good idea to get you a starting spot because it's always an irritation. When you skate that dude out on the rim, you know what I mean? It tears stuff up and you invent new cuss words and all those kind of things. I'm all the way off.
I don't know.
I don't want to be that
I
guy.
don't see them. I think it might.
So when it's making noise like that, it's not giving you the best of the best. I'll tell you that. But it does happen. You get up on the scraper and get out of here where you're not supposed to be, but you just don't put much pressure on it. Get rid of all those fuel marks. That's almost ready to, that is ready to snap. Once you get toward the bottom, you don't get that flex in the ball. Now's the time you have to get your bottom where you want it. don't like dimples or pimples in the bottom, especially dimples. They're hard to get rid of in a pimple. If I were sanding it, it would be good. Okay, so basically, without sanding anything, that's pretty much done for what I'm trying to accomplish here. Got one little void in the edge.
How thick are you now, Tony?
Oh, that's probably still that quarter, not quite 3/8, I don't think. I'm gonna try to get rid of this. I gotta get rid of it. Design opportunity, that's kind of how I wanted that rim to be, you know, just in case you wanted to know. I would kind of like to dedicate this to a friend of mine that's vacationing in Arizona.
Oh, I just got a message from Cheryl.
Yeah?
She said, I'm sitting here with a margarita, I think.
Margarita?
Sipping a margarita, watching from Sedona. And there was another question from someone, Tony, on the chat. It says, what happens if you use a scraper on the end of the bowl, catch the end of the grain and rip it apart, question mark?
You send all the pieces to Bill Llewellyn, but he's no longer with us. Because that's exactly what happened to me. I was inexperienced and I got it out there and it was turning and it hooked the outside edge of that dude. And I mean, it was all over the garage. So the top, like I said, is just another bowl. And if you look at the other, what's happening there is the wood is flexing 1,000 times a second. So this is basically done. And the top will be this roughed out bowl.
Let me do it this way. Fix this camera. Let's try, you got it back into the light. There you go.
Oh, great. Anyway, it's just another bowl. You could take this and turn this into a bowl just as easily as that. So,
That last cut you did, that's where the lid's gonna rest?
the lid's going to rest on that in that groove, providing this is big enough. It's very close. And if it's not big enough, if this is not big enough, then I'm going to show you this little one again and say, that's what I was trying to do.
It was planned that way.
Yeah. You believe that? I got some swampland in Florida just about dried out.
How many chucks did you bring tonight?
4, I think. Got one that weighs 20 pounds. It's a 6-inch Big Mark 120. So anyway, we do this the same way we did the other one. All our tools out of the way. So we just put it up against the chuck. That's all you really need. Tighten it up now.
You even have to secure it on the check side?
Ah. You don't care. Someone's gonna hit him in the head.
Did you leave a little dimple in the bottom of that so you knew where to line that
Always
up?
leave that dimple on the
Just
bottom when
make-
you're turning, because it doesn't move very much. You know, in the bowl this side, probably only move, you know, 1/16 of an inch. So yeah, always leave those because they come in handy. when you're gonna use them for a lid, they need to be a little thicker if you can. You use kind of a shear scrape for that. Gets me around the floor. See, that'll set that off with the scraper would be possibly a little bit right now. This is maple. The other piece is black walnut. This is another real heavy duty scraper, and
No, it's on upper thumb.
it's the shape of it. Remember, as you're sharpening it, when you get around, you stop when this is at a right angle to the face of your grinding wheel. And you can take this and you can go right down the bottom of something, or you can make your tenon with it. It's handy.
Got a question over here.
Yep.
When we're sharpening our scraper, that scraper wheel we use to read the book.
The heavier my tune, I think I've got an 80 to 120.
Can you repeat that question for people?
Well, the question was, what grid of the wheel do I use for sharpening the scraper? Mine, I think, is an 80 and 120, and I think I use the 80 for the scraper. And if you don't, if you're not trying to manipulate the face too much, it doesn't matter which one you're on, really. Just can't. So anyway, you can just feel. So I know there's areas right here that still not down. I'm going to tell you, I can't run a bowl down into the cylinder down that and get that kind of a finish there. Now we got to get this guy around. Slipping slot on the front corner. Well, just a chicken case, I didn't have a lot of diameter to leave from this side. Hey, Tony, what speed are you? This is 1100 right now. Seems to be about right. This is pretty. So now, and I understand your question about, is there anything, I've tried like pieces of like see those little carpet posters and stuff, I've put those in there before. But most of the time, you keep it nice and tight. Sometimes it'll spin and then you gotta fix whatever you messed up. And most of the time, I don't have any real trouble with it. I've had my fair share of lessons, I guess, in
Gonna see if it fits first?
Huh?
You gonna see if it fits first?
I haven't fitted it yet. I gotta put it on here so I can, I hope that little knob's gone enough to. Well, it's not. Yeah. See, that little knob is hitting the inside of the jaws before the outside. Now I gotta put it back on there. Turn it more. It'll be risky business getting it down in there. I told myself, I said, oh, you won't need that thin parting tool. What do you think I need? I need a thin parting tool to get down in there so I can put that
A real small thing on the end of the tail star.
down. Go down until I hit that, hit that point of the flag center.
Whoa!
This thing usually hits you in the shin. Every time one falls, I think about stitches. And they always come at you, and they always hit on the tip. Almost every time.
So you keep them sharp.
Yeah, it's close enough. Close enough for government work. But you gotta remember, this is never gonna spin together again. Worry about stuff that doesn't need to be worried about.
I will lock that on for me. Hate to see you accidentally throw that off.
And I'd be in the same boat as Corwin. Thought Corwin was coming tonight. Anybody hear from him? Corwin used to be the president, and he's the nicest man in the world, he really is. And one time he was doing a demo and put the lathe in reverse, and it spun the chuck right off the lathe out on the floor. I have never seen anybody quite that embarrassed. It's just a simple little thing, you know? He never did live that down, did he, Richard? Alright, so now we get the inside of it. Now you can. And usually they fall over and break you right down the shins on the way down. That's how I know that. Okay, so now you got a pretty good, get this screwed up. Just look at the horizon, you can find out what kind of an angle you're getting. Now you can, hopefully, this is not too small. Foolish me. Anyway, so that's what you do now. That groove that I cut here, that's where that's gonna sit. So now you gotta make that fit that. Ways from that, so we're good. A lot of fitting and just fits. Any questions?
What angle do you grind your scraper?
I don't know. I really don't. I've never, you know, I can't even, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where the angles begin, you know? Is this zero? Is this zero? I don't know. But I have the one-way sharpening system, and I have multiple platforms. I got one for this angle, I got one for the roughing gouge angle, I got one for, so, you know, for $30, you don't have to mess around and adjust them, and it doesn't cost you steel every time you have to readjust them. I've got 3 or 4 of the ones for the old gouge and silver gouge. Every time you change that, you know, you're losing a 1/10 of an inch. 100 hundredths is an inch. This is where you're supposed to laugh. My goodness. It's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd.
You make it too small already?
No. Did I cuss it accidentally or something?
We're giving you time though, Tony.
All right. I knew you would, Gary.
Your cutting edge on the scraper is just above midpoint or right at?
You gotta keep it no more than height, you know, the horizontal height. You get it high, it will take that down. As it takes it down, it takes it in, and that's how you wind up with it on the floor.
So you end up with the flower.
Mm-hmm. This is just a parting tool, taking this down to the size we're trying to get you.
Oh, that sounded good.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad for getting lucky, I'm telling you. That's really what that was. That was love. So you don't want it too tight because they'll get some moisture in the air. And pretty soon you pick up the top and the bottom comes with it. I know we like to have those real tight fits on box lids, you know, we like those nice. All right, well, yeah. Yeah, see it? So now it should come off. Okay? So that's it, ready. So now, while you're at this point, you can start turning this bottom. A little thin there. Thin is not your friend when it comes to this.
Well, you can just barely see light through it.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of light. Not good. Okay, now, so if you're gonna put a finial on the top of this lid, you want to try to leave as much thickness as you have there. You don't want to glue a finial on the thing. You want it to have a. So that's why most of these have kind of a conical shape on the inside. I know I brought a tape measure, but how many jams have we got here? I think Jimmy's still.
Got one in the audience.
Huh?
One in the audience.
Really? You're the man. I'll steal that
I
later.
remember.
Probably would too. I was looking the other day, I think I had 14 tape measures, and I can't remember the last time I bought one. What does that say? I'm honest. Okay, so we got another groove inside. Nobody gonna open it up and look up and say, what's that groove for? That groove is gonna be, so I can mount it with the bigger stuff. 40-pounder here. I got two of these. They look a lot alike. This one's got 5-inch jaws, the other one's got 4-inch jaws. And oh, it's smaller. You don't want to just keep cranking, because pretty soon it'll go ding, ding, and it'll be in multiple pieces. So when you get on there like this, the scraper will work real well for you. So you don't want to see this tenon anymore. I almost made a mistake there. I had that up, like, you know, the tip was up. You get away with just a little bit of up, but not much. So as long as you don't touch the diameter of this anymore, you can whittle on it really all you want. And you get it the way you like it.
You ever burnish your scrapers?
Burnish them? Oh, you mean with the little tool with the pin sticking up? No, but I've got 4 of those little pin sticker upper things. I don't know where I got them all. So you don't want to make a halo out of this thing. So you want to make sure you have enough thickness to it. You can do anything you want right here. If that's, you know, if you don't want to go on down and get that out of there, you can get your parting tool. Little fixture at the top. If you were working at home, you'd be sanding now and, you know, doing the right thing. Right, I'll be able to turn the top out of it. So I've created kind of what I'm thinking is a flat spot. And that's where your finial would go. You make the base on your finial a little smaller than this. Or you could turn this all the way and make this just a smooth thing. Nice piece of wood. I may have to take this home and finish.
So you recommend the contrasting woods, Tony?
Yeah, I think it looks better, really, you know.
Could you repeat the question for people? Could you repeat the question?
Oh, do I usually use contrasting wood? Yeah, I do. If you have both black walnut or both maple, you know, the maples are never exactly the same. You gotta make them different enough that, you know, you can't say, well, that one's a little lighter than the other one. Wait, we got a little tear out here, but that's not what we were trying to do. And that would be your bowl. You can, like I said, you know, I don't particularly like what's going on there. I think I probably would take this on down and make it all one level. But the best thing about this is it gives you something to do with all those bowls, because I mean, I'll turn it right down to the sawdust, you know? I mean, so I've got 3-inch bowls and I got, you know, they stop at about 2.5, 3, but even the little bitty ones, you know, you take and you got a little piece of really figured wood that you don't know what to do with, and you can make the lid out of that. And there's a couple more down there. One of them goes over the whole bowl, which is a nice effect. But most of them I do sits on this ledge like this. And the one that's
I'll be down.
well, there you go. A little leg, please. Never mind.
Sorry, master.
You're going to inlay at the top.
No, not.
Can you repeat the question?
Inlay piece.
No, but that's a good idea. That a lot of the times since this is a bowl, there's not a lot left, you know, in the bottom. It's probably, gosh, that's probably, you know, fat quarter, maybe 3/8 if we're lucky. And I didn't have a way to mount this again to do the bottom. This won't get big enough to hit this groove, so I would need my pole jaws. And my pole jaws is on the Vic Mark 120, and I think they're bigger than this lathe will even handle. The smaller one wouldn't get big enough to take it, so just know that I wouldn't leave it like this. But I would put it in pole jaws and finish the bottom. So is there any other questions?
Yeah, one more. When do you drill the hole to the field?
When do I drill the hole to the finial?
Yeah.
Now, it would be now. I would do it on a drill press, so I know exactly how deep it's gonna go. It's not the end of the world if it comes out this side, you know, but it's not what I want to have happen.
You can do it on the lathe.
You could, yeah, you could definitely do it on the lathe. I've just been doing them on the drill press, and I'm not sure why. The lathe that's even better yet. So, but you gotta, I don't like to have the finial or the drill come all the way through. If you did, you'd want to use a contrasting wood and turn it and make it round and smooth. But
that style of bowl and lid, I think would do nicely with a metallic,
Yeah.
finishes, antique glass.
yeah, this is only the second batch of these that I've done, but there's a lot of things just like inlays and different, you know, different circles of wood here, you know. So you're only limited by your imagination.
Did you mess around with how high you made the grooves and how far it sits in there?
Oh, the grooves?
Yeah.
It's just,
So, I mean, you would
mostly it's just matching, like,
Size of
I
your
put this
other-
groove where this would work.
Yeah.
So, but I've had a lot of fun with this, and I'm gonna do some more. I'll get more creative with the tops, and I'm not the best finial person in the world, but I'm getting there. Like this one here, I'm so proud of this finial right here. Isn't that a beaut? And I didn't even glue it in because it's not gonna stay. But you see, it's only got about a quarter of an inch of a post on the finial. But these are the two I did preparing for tonight, because I didn't want to come in cold turkey, because we won't have time for that. Any questions?
But you got a comment from Neil DeVore. He says, hi from Neil DeVore, Georgetown, Texas. Nice demo, Tony.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Neil.